Guys, today we have another headphone comparison, and this is going to be between all Japanese headphones with wooden designs. I know that's a very interesting topic, but yeah, all these different headphones, all from Japanese companies, some of them made in Japan, I believe, and yeah, they incorporate wood in their designs, so they have like wooden ear cups and things, and yeah, I found that pretty interesting because, well, I'm not sure if wood has any effect on the sound of headphones, but certainly they look very cool, at least to me. And you know, Japanese companies in general, I would say, make some pretty nice products. So I've always been interested to check these out. I already have a pair of over-ear closed-back headphones, the Focal Elegias. So it'd be interesting for me to compare the Focal Elegias I have against these headphones as well. But yeah, basically I was just looking around and I was just curious about the sound of these wooden headphones, and they all happen to be Japanese as well. And the price point, I would say, is not cheap, but I was able to find them for a better price online, of course. So we can go over them. There's JVC HA-SW01, the Denon D5200, the Audio-Technica ATH WP900, and the Fostex TH610. So we know that with Japanese companies, they're not good at naming stuff, okay? Let's just get that out of the way. Western companies are way better at naming their products than Japanese companies. But yeah, these are all very interesting headphones, I believe. They all look really cool, that, you know, wooden ear cups and stuff. So I wanted to test all of these out and kind of see what the sound quality and the differences and the similarities are between each. So these are all over-ear closed back designs, not open back, which means that they're more meant for listening like outside, so you don't disturb anyone when you're listening outside with them, or you're traveling, or you're at home and you have other people in the house you don't want to disturb. So that's really what these headphones are for. Some of these are going to be bigger than others. I think at least this one looks big to me, right? It has the biggest box. The JVC definitely looks the most portable to me. So we'll actually look at the sizes of each and see how portable they are. But at least, yeah, these are closed backs, so they're really meant for listening in a kind of private context. I've already done a video on open backs before, which are generally considered more audiophile because they can let the air in and create a bigger sound stage and stuff. But I think closed backs have their place in the world too, right? Especially when you're doing something like gaming. If you're gaming and you have someone else around you, you don't want to disturb other people late at night, things like that, listening to music. Yeah. But I think closed backs have their uses too, right? So say you're like gaming and there's others around you, you don't want to disturb them, or it's late at night, you want to listen to music, or you're traveling, you know, and you're on a plane, or you're outside on a public transit or something like that. Those are all nice use cases for closed back headphones, I think. So they definitely have their use cases as well. And generally, you know, the over ears, wired, these are all wired too, right? There's no wireless here. So wired over-ear generally provides better sound quality, right, compared to the wireless kind of cheaper headphones that we see now on the market these days. So it'll be interesting to compare against that too, because I also did a video comparing different over-ear wireless noise-canceling headphones, and while those also have their purpose, there are times when you want to have even better sound quality, so you go for these higher-end headphone brands, you know, that are wired and everything, and maybe have better, bigger drivers, right? So yeah, we'll definitely see which one of these wins out. But yeah, definitely interested to check out these closed back wooden Japanese headphones. Alright, so price-wise, the JVC is the cheapest out of all these, $500 MSRP. I got them for about $350 online. And then the Denons, the Audio-Technicas, and the Fostex are all around $700 US, and I got them for roughly all around $450 US online. So they're definitely not cheap headphones, but I thought it might be worth it just to test these headphones and see which one I like best, and tell you guys the details. I don't think anyone else has done a video about something like this, right? Testing different Japanese wooden headphones against each other. So I thought it'd be a cool video, and I also want to try these as well, right? I'm just very curious to hear what they sound like. So yeah, it's definitely not cheap, especially for the MSRP, but I was able to find them for a bit of a discount online. Alright, so I'm just going to go over each headphone, explain a bit of history about the company, and then tell you a bit about the specs of each headphone, okay? So first up is the JVC HA-SW01. This is the cheapest out of all of them, $500 MSRP. I believe this is a Japan-only model. You can't really find it over in North America very easily. I had to get this shipped right from Japan. So yeah, all this is in Japanese. But JVC is a very interesting company because they're one of the oldest companies, audio companies, period. Like not just in Japan, but in the world. Like they started in the 1920s, and it stands for Japanese Victor Company. So Victor Company dates back to basically the 1800s. They're a very early audio company, and yeah, Victor is probably best known for introducing a lot of the technology related to the early record players and gramophones and things like that. So the Japan branch kind of became its own thing. The American branch became RCA basically, and RCA is a very historic company that doesn't really exist anymore, but it was a very historic company. JVC is also a very historic company, basically just the continuation of Victor, but in Japan, and kind of became their own company, doing all sorts of cool things. And actually, JVC is probably best known for introducing the television in Japan, and also known for making a lot of televisions that were popular in the States as well. So I remember at my first really big television set, because coming from the CRTs and stuff of the 90s, like my first really big television set, like 40 something inches, was a JVC, and that was it was called a rear projection displays, like DLP I think it was called, rear projection display. It's basically a really big television with like a really big tube and stuff. So yeah, they don't make those TVs anymore, but it was kind of my first really big TV that my parents bought, was a JVC. That was kind of some rear display projection technology that took up a lot of room. It was very heavy, but I remember that one was by JVC. And yeah, JVC also introduced the VHS. So those of you who don't know about that, VHS was a very popular format for watching home video back in the 80s and 90s. And JVC basically was the one who introduced VHS, and also VCRs by extension as well. All right, so that's a bit of history about JVC. Take a look at the Denon D5200, and Denon actually makes even more expensive headphones than these. They also make the D7200, I believe. But yeah, the D5200, this one retails for $700 US, so already quite expensive, I think. So about the company Denon, they're actually the oldest company out of all of these. They date back to 1910, I believe. And they're responsible for introducing some of the first technologies related to record players in Japan. So yeah, you're talking about like cylinders basically back then that we used to play records, play music actually. So they go back a long time. But these days, Denon is most well known for probably their receivers and their amplifiers. They also make CD players, which I did a review on a couple years back. And they also make turntables, cartridges, and headphones. And I've actually used the Denon headphones before, another wooden one actually called the Music Maniac 400s. I did an unboxing of that years ago, which I found to be pretty nice. They're comparable to my Sennheiser Momentums, but I like the wooden look a little bit better. And those got stolen from me actually when I was at work. Unfortunately, someone stole the Denon headphones that I had, and I never got another pair of Denon since. So this will be my second experience with Denon headphones, and these ones are much more expensive than my previous ones. But yeah, this one, I believe this one actually does advertise in America, unlike the JVCs, which are only in Japanese. This one's wearing comfort, durability. Ear pads are gently wrapped, extremely soft engineered leather. Have been deployed ergonomically contoured. Yeah, so you see like a nice picture of a obviously non-Japanese man using Denon headphones to listen to, presumably this Denon amplifier or stereo. Yeah, so, okay, it's one of Denon's highly acclaimed reference class headphones, drawing more than 50 years experience or 5 decades. They use unique Japanese-made free-edge drivers, zebra wood. Okay, it tells you what kind of wood they use in these. Zebra wood ear cups. And it's a 50 millimeter free-edge driver. It's bigger than the JVC drivers. Okay, it's using high-grade 4N oxygen-free copper cable. I mean, I'm interested to try these out. So, all right, that's the Denon D5200s. Pretty interesting looking headphones. I can't wait to check these out. Next up is the Audio-Technica WP900s. So these are actually made in Japan, I believe, which is pretty cool. Yeah, it's made in Japan. That's pretty cool. Okay, so unfortunately, there's no picture of the headphone itself on the box. I don't know why Let's see. No, you don't get any picture of the headphones on the box. Come on, Audio Technica. If you're gonna make really cool wooden headphones, why not put the picture on the box like these guys do? Okay, I don't know. Anyways, Audio Technica, about the company. They started in the 1960s. They made phono cartridges to begin with, and they expanded into turntables, and now they're pretty much most well known, I would say, for headphones and microphones. And yeah, actually my first pair of really nice over-ear headphones are Audio Technica's, the A900s. So I think Audio Technica historically has been a pretty nice high-value company, which means when you buy one of their headphones, I think like the ATH50X or something, those are pretty popular, generally very affordable. I would say a lot of their entry-level headphones are very good value, good headphones for beginner audiophiles, I'd say, or just people wanting to get into better audio. I think Audio Technica is a good gateway brand. So yeah, I have lots of just positive things to say about Audio Technica. Generally, a very good value brand. Yeah, if you're just starting out, getting into more like higher audio stuff, Audio Technica is really nice to begin with. So, anyways, that's also cool to check out. Just they don't even have a picture of the headphones, so I can't even show you guys from here what they look like. All right, and last but not least, we have Fostex, and yeah. By the way, these are all $700, like I said, and I got them for all around $450 US. So pretty much all around the same price for these three. Yeah, the Fostex is an interesting brand because they were originally OEM manufacturer, I think, for even companies like Denon. So they actually made speakers and headphones, and Sennheiser, I think, as well. They made OEM maybe headphones and speakers for other companies. And then in the late 70s, they decided to just make their own headphones and stuff, and under the brand Fostex. So that's really how Fostex came about. They were originally OEM manufacturer, I think, dating back to the 1950s. But then, yeah, they kind of just made stuff under their own name, and they got some recognition from that. And I've never tried Fostex products, so this is the one I'm also interested in as well. Because I've tried some Audio Technica products before, I always loved them. Denon, I've tried their previous headphones before, which is, I like them as well. I haven't tried any JVC products, so that would be interesting. But the Fostex is also pretty interesting as well. This is also, you know, look at the amount of wood that they use on this headphone. I mean, yeah, it will be interesting to compare. Like, these are all pretty nice looking headphones. So yeah, all wooden kind of aesthetics, I guess. So it'd be interesting to compare all these different headphones. So that's it, guys. I'm gonna do the unboxing for all of these, and then you know, we'll see what headphone you guys like best, or which ones come out on top, I guess. Because yeah, I think these are all pretty interesting headphones to look at. Not many people talk about these headphones very often, but yeah, I think Japanese companies get overlooked sometimes because I don't think they do marketing very well compared to Western companies, and yeah, just a lot of people just don't know about like what new products they come up with and stuff, just because they they don't really like try to advertise it a lot, right? And like, when was the last time like Fostex you heard them make a huge advertisement push? Like most people don't really know about that, right? So yeah, that's the thing. Like, these headphones exist, right? I just want to show people these are cool looking headphones to me, and yeah, they look like they're nice headphones as well in terms of the sound and build quality. I'll have to check them out, but they seem like cool headphones to me, and I kind of want to check them out because no one really talks about Japanese headphones a lot. You know, people just kind of focus on the Western brands, right? The Sennheiser, you know, Bayer Dynamic, right? Grotto, you know, and Audis, all the planar magnetic stuff. Like, they focus on those brands, and then even the Chinese hi-fi, right? Chinese hi-fi is everywhere these days, and a lot of audiophiles talk about that. But the Japanese brands just kind of get left, right? Because people just kind of forgot about them now. Like, they used to be big players in 70s, 80s, and 90s, but now kind of people just kind of forgot about them because, well, you know, Japanese companies, tech companies in general, have kind of fallen from grace, right? So yeah, it's unfortunate, except for Sony, right? People obviously still know Sony because they're a more mainstream brand that kind of competes, you know, with Bose and Beats and more of the mainstream brands like that. Yeah, and Sennheiser and those kind of brands. But for these companies, they're not as mainstream as Sony. So yeah, and they don't really do good marketing either. So anyways, I just kind of wanted to check out these headphones. They're not cheap, so actually I have high expectations because they're not cheap, and I'm just curious to find out which one looks the best, which one sounds the best, and which one feels the best to me as well. Right? It's also about comfort too, and also want to compare them to the Focal Legias. Right? These are also a headphone brand, you know, that a lot of audiophiles always talk about. Focals, or you know, like the British brands too, like Bowers and Wilkins and stuff, or Danish brands like Bang & Olufsen. Yeah, there's all these other Western brands that do a lot better marketing than Japanese brands, and I have to give them credit, right? It's not just marketing. A lot of Western brands they have good products, right? Like the Focals, I really love these so far. But I just want to compare these to. I just want to find out, you know, what are the similarities and differences between these headphones, you know, Focal Legias, and yeah, just personally, just want to find out, you know, what's the best sounding headphone, what's the coolest looking headphone, what's the most interesting to me, what's the most comfortable to me. So I hope you guys also get some enjoyment out of this video as well, and maybe you'll also learn something about these headphones that probably a lot of you didn't know about. So that's it. Stay tuned, guys. I'm going to do the unboxing for these. All right, first let's unbox the JVC HA-SW01. So yeah, these headphones retail for around $500 US. I got them for around $350 online, and these are in new condition. I think these are mostly marketed in Japan. I really have not seen anyone. Actually, yeah, I haven't seen anyone really wear a lot of these headphones in the US or Canada, but JVC headphones, let's just say, are not very popular in Western countries, because literally have not seen anyone wearing JVC headphones. Yeah, so I think they're mostly available in Japan. And yeah, JVC, the company, you know, very storied history, going back to the Victor Talking Company, right? Really at the dawn of when recording audio was all that stuff was invented. So yeah, JVC is a company really historically going back to those days, to the 1920s, established as the Japanese branch of the Victor Talking Company, and really became its own thing, right? So started off really with that kind of history, with ties back to the original recording industry in America, and then in Japan, the original recording industry in Japan, going on to introduce the first televisions to Japan, also mostly well known for TVs actually in the Western countries as well, and audio equipment. And yeah, the first to actually introduce VHS as well. So yeah, basically introducing VHS and VCRs and things like that. So JVC, a very storied company when it comes to audio and video. However, when it comes to these days, I think JVC is kind of a forgotten brand. So not many people, like if people remember JVC, it's going to be really old school people, right? Like older people, people like, you know, my age, probably at least 35 years old, would probably remember JVC, but young people probably don't really care much about JVC or know much about it. But really, I think, yeah, this company, a lot of history, just not very well remembered anymore. Just like a lot of other Japanese tech companies, since the 2000s, they've really been experiencing a decline. But it's cool that they're still making headphones, and wooden headphones too. So yeah, this wood one, let's take a look. And yeah, I don't know too much about the specs of these headphones. All I can see here, this is all in Japanese, but so the drivers are 40mm wood dome unit neodymium drivers. It doesn't say what kind of wood, but yeah, that's what it says. The frequency response is 8 Hertz all the way up to 45 kilohertz. That's actually really huge range. I'd be impressed if they actually reached what they claim. 8 Hertz is really low, and 45 kilohertz is pretty high. I don't know if they actually reached that, but that's what they say. 56 ohm impedance, 105 decibel sensitivity, so it's easy to drive with your smartphones. You don't have to worry about any high impedance headphones in any of these headphones I'm doing actually. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the specs. So let's take a look. I don't know what kind of wood dome unit this is. It doesn't say what kind of wood. It just says wood dome unit. So let's take a look. Okay, it comes with a nice carrying case. There's nothing else inside actually. Just this carrying case says Class S. Is that their premium branding or something? S Class. I don't know. So Class S, and yeah, it's a pretty nice carrying case, right? Decent JVC, it says. Yeah, not bad material actually. It's kind of like vinyl, I guess, suede, some type of material like that. All right, let's take a look. All right, here's the The headphones. Oh, the wooden JVC headphones. All right, the HA-SW01s. Let's come with the case. Okay, the case comes with the headphone connectors here, the headphone cables. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is proprietary to this headphone, but it looks like pretty standard 3.5 millimeter connectors to me. And here it is, the HA-SW01. Oh, they have a 02 as well. I didn't know that. So they have a 01, 02. I wonder if the 02 is just another alternate color or an alternate type of design, but this one is wood. So it says wood here, so there might be another type of design. Maybe that's what the 02 is. I'm not sure if that's actually a higher model or not. This is all in Japanese because I got this imported from Japan. So I don't know how to read this, but should be fairly straightforward. I mean, these are headphones. It doesn't take rocket science to know how to use headphones, right? And these are not wireless headphones. So yeah, I don't need to know anything about how to turn on the Bluetooth or pairing or anything like that. Just should be just a straightforward thing. Connect the cable to the jack, and that's really all it should be. Okay, so these are headphone cables. Comes a nice this pouch here. I want to say it's a nice pouch. It's just a normal pouch. All right, let's take a look. All right, JVC. Yeah, pretty nice wood here. And yeah, these are all closed back headphones, so that's sound does not leak out. So they're meant for traveling or going outside. So yeah, these are the headphones. You can see the drivers inside here. It does not hide the drivers at all. 40 millimeter neodymium drivers here with a wood housing. Now, I don't think the wood actually does anything to the sound, but it looks nice, right? And yeah, these are the connectors here. So that's pretty much it. Yep, it's pretty no nonsense. I have to say that these headphones are reasonably portable. Like, yeah, they're reasonably portable. They're not that big. Can you fold them up? No, you can't fold them up, but I would say they're about as portable as a wireless, your standard set of wireless headphones, right? So for over-ear headphones like this that are wired, yeah, I think these are fairly portable headphones. So compared to the other headphones I'm unboxing, I think this one is going to be the most portable, and it came in the smallest box too. So logically, I think that makes sense to me. And the headband seems all right. Some kind of, I don't think this is real leather, but definitely feels pretty nice. So it's a pretty solid headband. Not the most comfortable headband, but it's not bad. It's all right. And the ear cups too, they're fine. Yeah, should be fairly comfortable. So that's it, guys. The JVC HA-SW01 headphones. And oh yeah, to adjust the headband, you just have to like kind of pull it out like this. Like that, and this is how far it extends. Not sure if this is aluminum, but it's a simple, yeah, it's pulling it out. I guess if you have a pretty, wide head, then this can actually be fairly flexible. So that's actually pretty impressive how flexible it can be, considering that these are fairly like portable, I would say, over-ear headphones. So yeah, I'm actually impressed by how far they can actually expand out like this. So yeah, if you have like a wide head, then I guess this can actually fit. So yeah, not bad. Okay, so yeah, really like the wood housing here. I think this is looks like walnut. I'm not sure if it's walnut, but it looks like walnut. And 40 millimeter drivers here, which are definitely on the small side compared to the other headphones I'll be doing in this video. But yeah, that's it, guys. JVC HA-SW01. I'll be testing these out later. All right, so now on to the Denon D5200s. So yeah, these retail new for around $700 US. So yeah, definitely not cheap, and it's actually not their most expensive either, right? They also have a higher end model than this, and they're the second pair of Denon headphones I've unboxed. So yeah, I've had the MM400s before, the Music Maniac 400s, which were also wooden headphones. So it's interesting to see Denon keeping with the wooden theme on most of their headphones. All right, so let's take a look at what they say on here. So sound quality, wearing comfortability is one of Denon's highly acclaimed reference class headphones, drawing more than 50 years experience in headphone design development over 5 decades. We find our expertise, use our unique Japanese-made free edge drivers, custom-made real zebra wood ear cups. That's interesting. Wonder if that, I don't think that actually affects the sound, but yeah, wood looks nice. So sound quality. At the heart is a unique 50mm free edge driver diaphragm. It's mounted in soft compliant surround, and 100% natural zebra wood ear cups, and detachable high-grade 4N oxygen-free copper cable made in Japan. Nice. Okay, cool. That gets me kind of pumped. This side. Okay. Ear pads are in soft engineered leather developed specifically for this headphone. They have memory foam. That's cool. And then the headband is an ergonomically contoured die-cast aluminum construction. I think that was the case on their previous headphone I had as well. Very nice. And yeah, this is ball bearing for adjusting. Okay, cool. In the back here, yep, you see this guy relaxing on a chair listening to it. You can see the specs on here. So, yep, 50mm free edge drivers, 24 ohm impedance, so definitely can be driven by any smartphone these days. 103 decibel sensitivity. Frequency response 5 hertz to 40,000 hertz. That's pretty wide frequency response. Wow, nice. 5 hertz is pretty low. Okay, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, they have an app too, a Denon app. I wonder if I don't think that's necessary. I mean, especially these are not wireless headphones, but they do have an app you can download. Okay, let's take a look. Ooh, very nice. So, yep, it's just straight out of the box. You can see it. If there's anything else, ooh. Okay, look what we get here. So we get their special cable, right? The 4N, what is this? 4N oxygen-free copper cable made in Japan. So these headphones are made in China, by the way. I know that's a bit of a letdown at this price point, but if you look down here, the box, it says here, made in China. So unfortunately, the headphones itself is made in China, but the cables are made in Japan. So apparently these are pretty high quality cables, I guess, with a 1/4 inch connector. But yeah, you can just unscrew that for 3.5mm to connect to your phone or DAP or whatever have you. So pretty nice cables though. And then you have a Denon. This is, I'm guessing, the quick start guide or something. Take a look. Thank you for purchasing this product. Some diagrams of how to connect it. So if you got a headphone amp, you can use that. The specs, which we already saw. Okay, and what's the safety instructions? Really, I don't know how dangerous headphones can be, but I think I'm good. All right. And then there's a carrying case for this, which is yeah, it's all right. I think I like the material on the JVC one's a little bit better, but it's fine carrying case, right? Denon, yeah, some kind of nylon carrying case. Audio device life. Okay, I think that's just where I bought it from. Okay, cool. So you get a carrying case, nice cables. All right, so let's look at the headphones themselves. Okay, so yeah, the Denon D5200s. You can see they use real zebra wood. And well, I'm sure it doesn't affect the sound quality, I don't think. They definitely look and feel nice, that's for sure. Like, pretty solid. Yep, there's definitely something to be said about real wood headphones, right? Just look very classy. And if you're going for that vintage look, right, definitely helps too. And these do not fold in any way, so it's kind of like my Focal Legias. I mean, you could, you know, travel with them and bring them outside. It's just not the most portable pair of headphones, right? I mean, technically, these are closed backs, right? So you could listen to them outside without disturbing people. It's just, yeah, they don't really fold out or anything. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a hassle to carry them. You just have that carrying case though. You can put it in a backpack, and then I think you're good. So if you don't mind carrying like a backpack and stuff, I don't think it's a problem. All right, so yeah, you can kind of extend these here. So it's a nice aluminum design, pretty nice. Yep, just kind of extend the headphones like that. They look pretty sturdy and well built. The pads here, they say this leather is specific for the Denons. Yeah, these feel really nice. These are really nice feeling leather. Yeah, feels like calf skin or something. Real nice leather here. And these are the ports for the headphone jacks. Yeah, definitely really nice. These ear cups. And the headband as well. It's the same leather. I think it should be the same, right? But the ear cups definitely feel better than the headband. Yeah, the headband doesn't feel quite as nice as the ear cups. But it's fine. I think it should be fairly comfortable. Yeah, the ear cups definitely feel really nice though. Okay, cool. Well, anyways, that's the Denon D5200. Yeah, they're really nice looking headphones, right? Look at the zebra wood here. Yeah, definitely pretty nice. And of course, having these aluminum accents as well kind of adds to the look. So yeah, pretty classy looking headphones. As for the sound, I'll definitely have to try them out. And also tell you guys about the isolation quality too. Not just the sound quality and the comfort, but also how well it isolates from the environment. Because yeah, that's part of the thing about closed backs, right? They're supposed to isolate you from the environment. So yeah, we'll see. We'll find out. So stay tuned. That's the Denon D5200s. So yeah, these retail for $700, but I would not pay that full price. I think you can generally find them for around $450 US online, and that's really how much I paid for mine. So yeah, if you're really interested in picking up these headphones, just a word of advice is that you can generally find them at a discount online. So I paid about $450 US, generally around that price online is where it's at. All right, and up next is the Audio-Technica ATH WP900s. These retail for also about $700 US, but you can also find them for around $450 US online if you just look around a bit. So yeah, you can generally find these for below retail price, I would say, online. So yeah, let's take a look. There is yeah, there's no picture here, unfortunately. Audio-Technica. If you have nice wooden headphones, you know, just put a picture of the headphones on the front. I don't get it. Just having a white background is not. I don't get it, man. You have opportunity. If you have wooden headphones, you know, $700 wooden headphones, why not put a picture of it on the front? I don't know. Anyways, no picture on the back either. Man, it's totally different from Denon. Denon, like, they love to put the pictures on the front and back. Same with Fostex. The Audio-Technica just doesn't have anything, just pure white. They just, I guess they're very confident about the the quality of their headphones. They don't need people to actually be attracted by any pictures or anything. What's cool about Audio-Technicas is these ones are made in Japan. Yes, so not made in China, made in Japan. And it's made of natural wood. So that's nice. I think the Denons that we saw were made in China. So these are actually made in Japan, which is nice. And yeah, a little bit about Audio-Technica. So they were started in the 1960s, mainly focusing on phono cartridges initially. Nowadays, they're still known for phono cartridges, but they also make turntables, and probably they're the most well-known for headphones and microphones. And yeah, I would say my first pair of real nice, like over-ear, real decent, I would say, decent quality over-ear headphones are from Audio-Technica, the A900s. Generally, I think Audio-Technica is a pretty nice value brand. They give you a lot for what you pay for, and they're a nice entry-level brand for audiophiles just kind of getting into the game. They're trying to upgrade their audio from from the basic earphones and headphones that they generally get with consumer products, and they're trying to get into something a little bit more audiophile, a little bit better quality sound. Then Audio-Technica is a nice gateway brand. They generally provide some really nice entry-level headphones for the price. So yeah, that's a bit about Audio-Technica. I really love Audio-Technica, the brand, because they do provide good value most of the time. So yeah, let's take a look at their headphones. Hopefully this one provides some pretty nice value as well. I mean, this is by far the most expensive pair of Audio-Technica headphones I've bought. I mean, just last year I think I bought the R70Xs, and yeah, these ones are quite a bit more expensive than the R70X. Yeah, the R70X were open back headphones, and they were around like $300 or so, I would say. And to me, they didn't sound like, compared to the Sennheisers and Focals I was testing and Dan Clark Audios, they didn't sound up to that level. But yeah, let's see how these closed backs perform, because they are like significantly more expensive than the R70X I had before. All right. Oh, this is a nice case. Actually reminds me of the case that Hi-Fi Man put their Sundaras in. Yeah, really nice, like velvet type of cushioning here. That's pretty nice. Okay, so very nice presentation. We get a carrying case here. So let's see what's in the carrying case first. Okay, we get another carrying case. Carrying caseception. Carrying case inside a carrying case. Well, actually, this is technically not a carrying case. Yeah, my bad. This is just like a pouch that, you know, a lot of companies just put stuff in, but it's not like a real carrying case. This is a real carrying case. So this is the real Audio-Technica carrying case you get, which is, yeah, pretty nice. It's some kind of like suede type of material here. Yeah, not bad. The Audio-Technica logo. There's like nice little handle here, I guess you can use to carry. Yep, some spandex type of elastic material. And what do we get inside? We get the cables. Oh man, these are weak looking cables. Oh man, these are like proprietary connectors or something. These look like proprietary connectors. They're not using the 3.5 millimeter. Yeah, that's it. So that's all you get in here is the single small cable, which doesn't look that reliable or sturdy. I'm kind of disappointed with this. First of all, these are proprietary connectors, so I'm not sure how easy it would be to replace these. 3.5 millimeter, they don't give you a 1/4 inch adapter at all. That's disappointing. Denon gave us one. And these cables are they're weak looking, right? They don't look very high end at all. They look like they're, yeah, they're just like standard supermarket cables, you know? Yeah, not very thick looking, not very durable looking. It's really, that's unfortunate. The Denon headphones, the D5200s, those ones had like really nice cables made in Japan and everything. 4N oxygen-free cables. Yeah, Audio-Technica, come on. Well, let's better hope the headphones are good. They're made in Japan after all. Like that's one thing it has over the Denons, is that these are actually made in Japan. Oh, there's another pair of cables. Okay, I guess I get 2 pairs of cables. Yeah, this one is not a 1/4 inch jack either. I don't know why there's 2 cables. Okay, and then the actual headphones themselves. So these are quite a bit smaller than the Denons and really about the same size as the JVCs. And really nice. Look at this back here. Ooh, really nice. Okay, so we don't know about the specs of the Audio-Technica, so I'm just going to tell you guys the specs here. Okay, features of this headphone: maple housings, fuse a thin slice of flame gray maple on top of solid machine maple. So this is a maple or a flame gray maple. Yeah, the flame maple finish is by Japanese guitar manufacturer Fujigen. So this is actually interesting because it's the same type of finish you might see on a Japanese guitar. That's really cool. And they've got 53 millimeter drivers, a DLC diamond-like carbon coating applied to diaphragms to improve high-frequency response, a top-mounted PCB construction, angled baffle improves airflow, and then the 2 detachable cables with A2DC audio design detachable coaxial connectors. I see. So, and they actually are different. Okay, my bad. I didn't see that difference initially, but they are different. So these 2 cables here, one of them is a 3.5 millimeter. This is a 3.5 millimeter. This one is a 4.4 millimeter bounced. So yeah, I didn't realize that. You know, I thought this was looked like a 3.5, but no. So this one's a 3.5. This one's a 4.4 balanced. So yeah, they do give you 2 different connectors here. One's for balanced and one for single-ended, which is nice. Yeah, actually Denon and JVC did not give us any kind of balanced connectors, so that's cool. They give us 1 balanced and 1 unbalanced cable. A2DC, so they're detachable coaxial cables is how they refer to them, I guess. So I guess maybe you can find some aftermarket cables. That would be nice. And yeah, all Audio-Technica headphones are hand assembled in Tokyo, so that's nice. Maybe should be good quality. So yeah, I really like this maple, flame grain maple. That's really beautiful looking. And these fold up apparently. Do they? No, they only fold this way. They don't fold inside. Okay. Well, I guess they are fairly portable, right? They're definitely smaller compared to the actually compared to the JVC. I think they're around the same size, but yeah, definitely smaller than the Denons that we looked at so far. The ear cups are nice. They're not quite as nice as the ones on the Denons, but they're decent ear cups. Yeah, nice leather finish. And these are 53 millimeter drivers. It's pretty big. Pretty decent sized drivers. Definitely bigger drivers than the one on the JVCs. And the headband is okay too. It's quite a thin headband. I'm actually known Audio-Technica headphones to be usually pretty comfortable, but this headband doesn't look all too comfortable. It doesn't feel all that comfortable actually. So yeah, we'll have to see when I actually wear it, but it doesn't feel as comfortable as their open back headphones compared to something like the R70X, which had really a comfortable headband. But yeah, so pretty big drivers, decent ear cups, really nice finish on the ear cups right here. That nice flame green maple connectors right here, the Coke seal, and yeah, that's pretty much it. They're fairly portable, I'd say. Not the most portable headphones. They don't like completely fold up or anything like the Sony 1000X3s, like those wireless headphones and stuff. Really, a lot of them fold up on the inside to make it even easier to carry. These ones don't, but they're still fairly like portable, I guess. And yeah, handmade in Tokyo. So pretty nice. They're really nice looking headphones. I'll definitely have to try them out and compare them against the other ones to see which one comes on top. But yeah, so far I like that these also come with balanced cables as well, not just the regular 3.5 millimeter. So that's a nice little extra. You usually have to pay extra to get balanced cables when it comes to a lot of other headphones. So that's cool. All right, so to adjust these, you have to just pull it out like this, right? And yeah, I would say that I think these are not as sturdy as the ones on the bigger headphones. I guess that's to be expected since these are kind of smaller headphones. And yeah, they're fairly flexible. So I guess it's similar to the JVCs actually. Yeah, fairly flexible. If you have a wide head, it's fine. No problem there. And you can just simply adjust it like this. So yep, that's the Audio-Technica WP900s. Very nice headphones. All right, and now let's do the unboxing of the Fostex TH610. This box is really massive. It's hard to fit in the video. Maybe I have to do it this way. But yeah, these also retail for about $700 US, and you can find it online for about $450 to $500. So yeah, I got mine around that price. And a bit of introduction about Fostex, the brand, probably the least well-known among all the brands in this video, because they're mostly an OEM manufacturer for a lot of other companies like Denon and Sennheiser before in the past. But they also started making headphones under their own brand, Fostex, starting in the late 70s. And they've been, I think, kind of well appreciated among audiophiles since. But they're still not like they're not like a really, really well-known brand. And generally, like, you won't hear too many people bring them up. Like, some people might have heard of them, like, here and there, but they're not like a famous brand like Sennheiser or Beyerdynamic or Audis. Even like compared to Meze Audio or Hi-Fi Man, I don't think they're as well known as those guys. So yeah, they're definitely like not like super popular or anything. So that's kind of the reason why I wanted to check them out, because I've never tried a Fostex headphone before. I've never tried any kind of Fostex product before. So this is my first time trying a Fostex product of any kind. Just curious to see what they're like, and saw that they made a wooden headphone as well. So might as well check them out and compare them. And also Japanese, of course. So yeah, Fostex, you can see this is a big box. Okay. Let's take a look. Oh, they have a different picture of the headphones back there. So unlike Audio-Technica, Fostex really likes to show off their headphones on their box. Yeah, this is a full picture of the headphones, and this is like really zoomed in picture of the ear pups just showing off the wood. All right, let's see if the wood's actually that good. It's the wood that makes it good. All right, ooh, this is a really big box. Wow. All right, oh, here we go. There we go. Fostex TH610 premium reference headphones. We'll see about that. How did they compare to the other guys? Okay, so this is mostly in Japanese. maybe they're more well known in Japan than they are here in overseas. But housing is made of substantial and solid grade black walnut. Nice. And apparently the wood does affect the sound, so that's what, at least that's what Fostex claims. Magnetic circuit with 50 millimeter driver units with 1 Tesla magnet. Okay, so 50 drive units. We doubled the diaphragm BioDyna for headphone application, biotechnology, biocellular. Okay, some kind of special material in this diaphragm here. BioDyna diaphragm. Interesting. Okay, and left and right channel have different inputs. Yep, 2-pin connectors. Okay, that's actually kind of a standard among IEMs, actually more so than over ears, but that's cool. They use 2-pin. Okay, here's the specs here. Okay, so of course we know it's a closed dynamic design, 50 millimeter neodymium magnets with BioDyna diaphragm, 5 Hz to 45,000 Hz. Pretty nice frequency response. That's actually what we saw on the Denons as well. The D5200s. 25 ohms, pretty easy to drive. 98 decibel sensitivity. And yeah, this is a 2-pin connector with a 1/4 inch plug. Okay, cool. And the housing is made of natural wood, of course. Nice. Okay, and a safety thing. Yeah. Okay, this is a carrying case. It's a pretty nice leather material, or leather-like material, but yeah, feels really nice, soft leather-like material. I'm not sure if this is real leather or not, but it's definitely pretty soft and leather-like. So that's pretty good. And branded too with Fostex. Yep, it's a pretty nice carrying case. All right. So here we get the cable. So this is a pretty nice cable. Wow, look at this. It's like nicely braided, heavy duty, 6.3 millimeter or 1/4 inch connector right here. It's branded with Fostex on it. See? Unfortunately, there's no adapter here for the 3.5, so it's not like one of those screw-on 1/4 inch jack adapters. It's yeah, you have to buy a separate adapter if you you know, if you want to connect it to a 3.5 millimeter input, unfortunately. So this is really for heavy duty. I guess that's why they call it reference quality, because basically all the reference equipment that studio engineers use, right? They use the 1/4 inch jacks, which is one of the oldest connections basically in audio. Yeah. So but this looks really nice. This is like, the Denon D5200 cables were nice, but this looks maybe even nicer than the Denon cables. I mean, this is these are really nice cables that Fostex bundles with the TH610s. Yeah, it's like nicely braided. It looks very thick. 2-pin connectors, which is a standard for IEMs at least. I don't know about over ears, but for IEMs these are standard 2-pin connectors. And pretty heavy duty 1/4 inch jack right here. No 3.5 millimeter adapter, unfortunately. But yeah, pretty impressed with these cables. These are really nice cables. Probably the nicest out of all the ones that I've seen so far in this video. All right, these are the headphones. Take a look. I can tell you guys right away, these are probably the biggest headphones. I mean, compared to the Denons, I think they're a little bit even bigger than the Denons. But yeah, these are pretty heavy duty. These are black walnut, the ear cups, so that's pretty nice. Yeah, black walnut, Fostex. Okay, they don't fold up in any way, they just swivel like this, which is pretty much all the headphones that we saw do that. So nothing special there. These are the connectors. Oh my god, look at these heavy duty looking connectors, 2-pin. But yeah, it's nice, another nice pair of Japanese wooden headphones here, right? See the nice grain in the wood here, very nice. Apparently every headphone is a little bit different in the design, right? It should be if they're using wood, right? If there's real wood, then every ear cup should be different, slightly different. The ear cups here are very heavy duty ear cups. They're pretty thick. Yeah, they're pretty nice, should be pretty comfortable ear cups. The material, I still prefer the Denons. I think the Denons have really nice ear cups, but yeah, these ones are pretty pretty heavy duty. I mean, look how thick they are. And the headband is a little bit, not quite as cushy as I expected. It's a little bit thin on top in the headband, unfortunately. Yeah, it looks like it should be thick, but it's actually not when I actually feel it. There's not a whole lot of padding here, unfortunately. So yeah, I'm not sure. I'll have to wear it and find out, but yeah, they don't seem as thick. Yeah, the ear cups definitely look really thick, right? But not the headband. And you can expand it like this with the same aluminum type of yeah, kind of expansions here in the housing, just like similar to the Denons, I guess, in how they adjust. They have these kind of aluminum type of adjusters here. So yeah, overall they do look very high quality. We'll have to find out if the sound quality is as good as the build quality. Huh. But yeah, at first glance they look pretty good. Okay, so according to online sources, they are not made in Japan. They're made in China, which is unfortunate. Same as the Denons, I guess, but they're very good build quality despite being made in China. And actually for the Denons, I can say the same thing. Actually, both of these are really nicely built, even though they were made in China. The only ones out of these headphones that are actually built in Japan are the Audio Technicas. So, anyways, yeah, that is the Fostex TH610. These are probably the biggest headphones out of this bunch, or maybe similar size to the Denons. But yeah, I'll have to try them out and compare them and find out how these stack up. But yeah, these are my first pair of Fostex headphones. Pretty exciting. Guys, so now I unboxed all these headphones, so I want to give you guys my personal sound impressions and tell you guys what I think of them. So this is kind of going to be my subjective sound test based on my personal impressions of what these headphones sound like to me. And then after this segment, I'm just going to show you guys a bit about the sound, just these headphones playing into my microphone, and then maybe you guys can make a decision on which sounds the best. All right, so I also have my Focal Elegias here. These are my current closed back headphones. I'm also going to do a comparison to this as well. Just kind of, this is currently my reference closed back headphones. So I now have a point of reference because I already listened to this a lot. And then I can kind of determine the sound signature of these headphones as well. I'll be using my Hi-B RS6 DAP to kind of do this comparison because this is my main audio source. I'll be playing the same song on each. All right. So first, I'm actually going to start off with the Focals and I'm going to tell you guys my impressions, not just the sound, but also about the comfort level and the isolation level as well. Because part of closed back headphones, what they're supposed to do is help isolate the sound passively. None of these have noise canceling, obviously. They're not the wireless noise canceling type of headphones, but they're supposed to isolate the sound passively as well. So I tell you guys the isolation, the comfort, as well as the sound. Right, so first we're going to use my Focal Elegias. So these are $900 headphones originally, MSRP. I got these for about $350 online. So you can definitely find them at a huge discount online. $350. If you're lucky, you can get them for about $300. I think there was some sale at Adorama or something. I got this for $300. And yeah, let's test it out. So these are the headphones I'm used to, so I have a reference sound signature, and we're playing the same song on each. Okay, these headphones are very comfortable, the Focals. And the amount of isolation that I get is pretty nice. So this is a pretty decent amount of isolation from the outside world, just passively. And yeah, very comfortable. Alright, so the Focal Elegias are very good headphones. Yeah, like the isolation from the outside environment is very good. Comfort level is very good. Both the ear cups and the headband are very comfortable. A lot of padding. And the sound quality is superb. Like, there's a lot of clarity, a lot of detail. It's fairly balanced, I'd say. It's got a little bit of a bass boost, but it's fine. It's fairly balanced still. I think when I look online, a lot of people don't seem to like these headphones for some reason. I think a lot of them think that it doesn't have enough bass, which is, I think people are just used to having a lot of bass on headphones, because these do have a bit of a bass boost to them. It's not like it doesn't have any bass. It has a little bit of a bass boost. They're not like totally reference or neutral, but it's balanced enough. And I think these are, for the sound stage, is pretty wide. Actually, for closed backs, these are really nicely like wide sound stage, and imaging is quite good, actually. So yeah, the clarity, imaging, sound stage, and the signature as well. It's fairly balanced. So I really like these headphones. I think there's a reason why these have been my go-to closed back headphones. So the Focal Elegias are really nice. So these are pretty much going to be my reference for the rest of these headphones. If there's one of these headphones that's going to beat this one, I'll be kind of impressed actually. Because these actually, the MSRP originally was $900, which is more than any of these headphones. So I'll be impressed if any of these headphones match up to the Focals. So yeah, that's the Elegias. This is my reference point. Really nice closed back over your headphones. All right, now let's start from the kind of smallest all the way to the biggest set of headphones here. They're all different levels of portability. I'd say the JVCs and the Audio-Technicas are definitely much more portable than Denons and Fostex. So let's start with the JVCs. Okay, I think these are the JVC HA-SW01s or something like that. But yeah, these are the JVCs. Again, this really nice wood finish here. I think it looks like dark walnut, but doesn't actually say. But yeah, let's test them out. Okay, it's decently comfortable. Not as comfortable as my Focals, of course, but it's all right. I can see myself wearing these for maybe an hour or two. And the sound isolation is okay. It's not as great as the Focals, but it's got some passive sound isolation, which is nice. All right, let's go listen to the same songs. All right, so these headphones they kind of remind me like a closed back version of my Bear Dynamic DT1990 Pros, which is to say they've got a V-shaped signature to them. So they've got a bass boost and they've also got like a treble boost. So you get some nicely detailed highs in here, and you got some substantial bass, and the mid-range is a little bit recessed. So I think most people actually like these headphones. These are actually fairly impressive for the size. The soundstage is quite good for the size. So yeah, these headphones are not bad at all. They got a V-shaped sound signature, so if you want to have a lot of bass and treble, which makes songs sound more dynamic and lively, then the JVCs are pretty nice actually. So yeah, and the soundstage is actually quite impressive. It's fairly comfortable, not as comfortable, or as the isolation and the comfort is not as much as the Focals, but it's decent. All right, so next up we have the Audio-Technica WP900s. Right, these ones are about $200 more expensive than the JVCs on retail. Actually, all three of these headphones are about $200 more expensive than JVC. The JVCs are the cheapest out of this group. Oh, and we get the balanced jack for this one. So yeah, the Audio-Technicas actually came with a balanced cable, so we're going to use the balance for this. All right. So just going to provide a little bit more power, I think. A little bit less noise, a little bit more power. Okay. All right, these headphones are really nice. Actually, I forgot to talk about the appearance. First of all, this flame grain maple on the ear cups here are really nice too. And these are made in Japan. The only one out of here that actually made in Japan. But yeah, these are really nice. Compared to the JVCs, it's interesting. I think it has the highs are about similar. So this also has a bit of a push in the high end. In the low end, it's not as much as the JVCs. It's definitely got low end, but just the push is not as high as the JVCs. I think the JVCs has a bit more bass. This one, a little bit less bass, but still got a little bit of a boost. So still more than the Focals. So in terms of the bass boost, JVCs has the most, and then the Audio-Technicas, and then the Focals so far. And then the mids and everything are nice too. Overall, everything is more clear than the JVCs. So more clarity, more detail, more separation of the instruments. Soundstage is wider. So overall, I think this is a better pair of headphones than JVC, but that's, I guess, to be expected because this is $200 more expensive to begin with. Yeah, I would say overall, to me, it's better. I mean, the JVCs are nice for the price. These are nice headphones, but these just have more clarity, bigger soundstage, and the bass doesn't overpower too much. Like the JVCs, sometimes I felt like the bass is too overpowering, but the Audio-Technicas are nice. The bass doesn't overpower. You still get that nice dynamics and liveliness to the music. So yeah, The WP900s are very nice, so good job, Audio-Technica. Oh yeah, there is one downside to the Audio-Technicas. The level of comfort is not as much as the JVCs or the Fostex. So in terms of comfort, these are the least comfortable so far in the. Yeah, I mean, it's not uncomfortable. It's just these ones are more comfortable than the Audio-Technicas. And sound isolation is about similar to the JVCs, so it's not any better when it comes to that, and not as good as the Fostex. All right, next up is the Denon D5200s, made from real zebra wood. Yeah, real zebra wood, and yeah, these are some pretty nice. I remember I liked these ear cups the best. Actually, they felt really nice. So yes, pretty decently comfortable in the head, and screw this for 3.5. All right, let's check out the Denons. All right, so it's interesting. These headphones are definitely the most reference, I guess, I've heard so far. Maybe more so than the Fostex, I think, because I think even the Fostex have more of a bass push than the Denons. The Denons don't have much of a bass push at all. So it's interesting. So in terms of comfort, this is very comfortable. Probably next to the Fostex. Fostex is probably still the most comfortable. Next to the Fostex, these are the second most comfortable so far. The isolation is not as good as the Fostex, but yeah, maybe a bit better than the Audio-Technicas. In the sound signature, yeah, it's interesting. I think it's very neutral. Yeah, it's so the Fostex, like I said, are fairly balanced, but it has a little bit of a bass push, right? Even though some people say it doesn't have enough bass, it does have some bass. This one's pretty neutral. Doesn't have much of a bass push at all. And it's interesting, compared to the Audio-Technicas, I don't think the soundstage is that much bigger, and I don't think it's actually more detailed either. So, and this retails for about the same price as the Audio-Technicas. So even though it looks bigger than the Audio-Technicas, I don't think it's actually better than the Audio-Technicas. I think I might actually prefer the Audio-Technicas. It's just that this one has a more neutral soundscape than the Audio-Technicas do. But in terms of clarity, I think the Audio-Technicas might actually have more clarity than the Denons, which, yeah, they do. So, at least to me. So yeah, I don't think the soundstage or clarity or yeah, the amount of resolution is any better than the Audio-Technicas. Maybe the Audio-Technicas actually have an edge on that. It's just, yeah, it's more comfortable than the Audio-Technicas, and it's more neutral sound signature. So that's my verdict on that. I think I still prefer the Audio-Technicas so far out of these four. All right, last but not least, we have the Fostex TH610, I think. All right, these are the biggest out of the bunch. Okay, here we go. All right, and I had to use an adapter for this one because this one doesn't even come with a 3.5mm adapter. I had to use a 1/4 to 3.5mm adapter here. All right. These are almost too loose, I think. Yeah, they're pretty comfortable, but a little bit loose. Alright guys, these Fostex are pretty reference, like they're pretty neutral as well. So I would say the Fostex and the Denons are so far the two most neutral headphones out of all these. Yeah, I don't hear any sort of emphasized frequency on anything, so I don't want to say flat because it's not flat, but it's a very neutral sound signature. So these ones, when Fostex says these are reference headphones, they really are reference headphones. These are totally neutral to me. So yeah, I guess it's pretty nice for studio, musicians or engineers. They just want to listen to the music without any unnatural boost in any frequency. So these are pretty nice for mixing. Comfort level, I would say, is a little bit below the Fostex. I think the Fostex still win in terms of overall comfort out of all these headphones. It feels a little bit loose on my head though. So that's the one thing. I still think the Denons may be a bit tighter. I mean, these are comfortable, it's just a little bit loose. So I like the padding and everything. It just fits a little bit loose on my head. Yeah, probably the Denons are the second most comfortable, and the Fostex after that. In terms of sound isolation, I think, yeah, I think the Fostex is still the best. Then the Denons and the Fostex maybe after that. Yeah. So let me check these. I have an air purifier in the back, so kind of determine the amount of sound isolation from that. Okay. Actually, the JVCs and the Audio Technicas are pretty decent at sound isolation. Yeah. Yeah, they're all pretty decent at sound isolation. The Focals definitely win in terms of sound isolation. Yeah, in terms of comfort and sound isolation passively, right? The Focals definitely win. All these are fairly similar in terms of sound isolation, I'd say. And then in terms of comfort, I'd say the Fostex and the Denon a little bit more over these two. And yeah, the sound signatures. These are actually just more detailed than the Denons. So I would say these are just better than the Denons because the Denons are also reference and neutral, but the Fostex is also the same sound signature except it's more detailed. And everything just, it feels like everything just has more clarity and detail to it compared to the Denons. So I would say the Fostex just, it's the same price, I think, $700, $700 retail, right? You can find them online for both around the same price. So yeah, I would say the Fostex is, to me, is better than Denons because it's the same sound signature, very reference, but except these are a little bit more detailed than the Denons. So yeah. I think the Denons are a bit more comfortable. That's just because it fits better on my head though. So that's all I'll say about that. So yeah, all these headphones I think have their pros and cons. So in terms of overall winner, it really depends on what you're looking for. So the Focal Legias are the best in terms of passive sound isolation and comfort, and it has a very balanced sound signature with a slight bass push. So in terms of sound signature, I think this is really nice for a lot of people. It's not totally referenced. Some people find like totally neutral sound signature like the Denons and the Fostex a little bit boring, I guess. So they say it's sterile or analytical. But yeah, I guess I can understand it's a little bit boring, right? But if you're like a studio engineer, musician, you're mixing stuff, the Denons and the Fostex would be the way to go. They're very neutral. The Focals have just enough of a bass push to make it a little bit more exciting. So the Focal Legias are very nice. These are very nice over-ear headphones, but the only thing is they're big. Like they're probably the biggest out of all these. So yeah, the Focals are very big. They're not portable, but I think the sound signature is very nice, very clear. Dynamics, like resolution, clarity are very nice. Soundstage is very nice. In terms of soundstage, I think the Focals still win out of all these two. So biggest soundstage, most comfort, and most sound isolation, but just quite big, I guess. But if you can find these like for $350 online on a sale or something, pick these up. These Focal Legias are really nice. All right, so out of the Japanese wooden headphones, in terms of appearance, I mean, it's all subjective. I personally like the Audio-Technica Flame Maple the best. I mean, they all use wood, right? But I personally like the Audio-Technica Flame Maple the best. Zebra Wood's nice too, and the Fostex also pretty good, the dark walnut, but I like the Flame Maple and the Audio-Technica personally. And in terms of the comfort, let's just leave out the Focal Legias, let's add the Japanese headphones. In terms of the comfort, probably the Denons for me. These are the most comfortable. They just, I love the feeling of the ear pads, the headband. It fits nicely on my head. Fostex a little bit too loose, but the pads are comfortable. In terms of sound isolation, probably the Denons and Fostex about equal there. But they're all pretty good. Sound isolation about the same. Just all a step below the Focals. In terms of sound quality, okay, that's interesting because the JVCs, I feel like these ones are very V-shaped. So a lot of people coming from mainstream headphones, I think, might like the JVCs. So yeah, if you're looking for that Harman curve, right, then the JVCs are good. I mean, they have, just for me, they have a little bit too much bass. But yeah, personally, I think out of the sound signatures, the JVCs are my least favorite here. But some people might like them. If you like a V-shaped sound signature, JVCs are fine. They don't have as much clarity as these three. Then in terms of, do you want a reference quality sound signature or not? The Fostex and the Denons have a very neutral sound signature. Just the Fostex have a bit more detail to them. So yeah, these are, if you're just looking for a reference neutral sound signature, the Fostex I think are better. Yeah, the Denons have it too, just the Fostex are more detailed and have more clarity. So yeah, in terms of that, if you want a reference sound signature, I say go for the Fostex TH610. Okay, then I think personally the Audio-Technicas, The only problem is the comfort level. I don't think it's as good as any of these headphones. I think it comes last in terms of comfort because the headband really doesn't have much material here. And the ear cups, yeah, it's a bit thin on the padding. But other than that, I'm really impressed with these headphones in terms of the sound. I mean, this has a fantastic soundstage for the size. It's got a lot of detail and clarity. It has a sort of soft V shape, but it doesn't have as much of a bass push as the JVCs, which is good for me because I found the JVCs a little bit too much on the bass. It's a little bit too much, it's a little bit bloated, so it's a little bit overpowering. But the Audio-Technicas do it right. They don't put as much bass, but you can still hear it, right? It does have bass presence. It's just not as pushed up as the JVCs. And it's almost like this is it's not going to match up with the Focal Legias in terms of the comfort level or isolation or that strength. But I think it comes close in terms of the soundstage and clarity, surprisingly, right? This is much more portable than the Focal Legias, but it actually comes close in terms of the soundstage and clarity. So that's very impressive. I think the Legias might still have it ahead, like a leg up in terms of that. Like this, the soundstage and clarity on the Focals are just amazing, the Legias. But the Audio-Technicas come really close. The WP900s, I'm really impressed with these for the size, and they're like, look how smaller, like they're much smaller and more portable than the Focals are. So yeah, I'm really impressed with the Audio-Technica WP900s. This would be my personal pick out of this would be my personal pick out of these Japanese wooden headphones, and maybe even compared to the Legias, but it really depends if you're looking for something portable or not. I think if I'm using closed backs, then maybe I want to take it outside a lot, then these ones are definitely more portable. So yeah, I'm really impressed with the WP900s. A lot of clarity, a lot of detail. The soundstage is very impressive, and the sound signature is something I like. It's just a soft V shape, right? So it's not too much on the bass, but you still get a lot of dynamics out of it, a lot of highs, and you still hear the bass and everything. So I personally like the Audio-Technica. It's very fun sounding, right? But yeah, it really depends on what you want. If you're looking for something neutral, then the Fostex is probably the way to go. So really depends. So if you guys like V-shaped, or if you guys like neutral, and if you guys like maybe a little bit more balanced in between, the Focals are nice too. So yeah, I think that's it from my personal impressions of these. I personally like the Audio-Technica WP900s the best. I think it's lively sounding. I personally find the neutral sound signature a little bit boring, like a lot of people do. But I understand it's nice for audiophiles who don't want any kind of unnatural boost in any frequency, or if you're a studio engineer or a musician, then yeah, go for the neutral ones. But as a consumer who likes to play a lot of different types of music, I find the soft V shape of the Audio-Technica really nice. Again, it adds a lot of dynamics and has more clarity and detail compared to the JVCs. So, and the soundstage is very, very impressive on this. The detail in the soundstage, like I said, are close to the Legias, which are very impressive. I think overall, the Legias might win in terms of the overall sound signature, but it is quite bulky. So yeah, that's really my verdict on that. Yeah, so in terms of the overall sound quality, comfort, noise isolation and stuff, the Focal Legias might still be on top, but these ones are very bulky. So that's the only problem with this. So yeah, guys, the overall verdict, it really depends on what your preferences are. For you audio purists out there who don't want any unnatural frequency boosts, then the Fostex TH610s are probably the way to go. These are very neutral and fairly detailed and decent soundstage. So yeah, I would recommend that. If you're looking for something portable, just a nice sounding pair of closed back portable headphones, the Audio-Technica WP900s would be my pick, and these are my personal pick as well. If you find yourself going outside a lot and you want to listen to your music, with good quality sound, not just using the wireless headphones that everyone else uses, but you want like really nice audiophile sound, then the Audio-Technica WP900s are really nice, and they look really good too. I mean, the look of the flame gray maple, my personal pick for the best looking one too. So yeah, it has a very soft V shape, so it'll make the songs a lot more lively and dynamic, and has a pretty impressive soundstage for the size and impressive detail for the size. So yeah, and if you're at home listening and you don't care about the portability of these closed backs, you just want something at home to listen to and not disturb anyone else, then the Focal Legias are still the way to go. These are the most comfortable, provide the most isolation, and the soundstage is still the best out of all these, and the detail is I would say probably on par with the Audio-Technicas, which is among the best out of this group here. Alright guys, so after having tried these headphones for a little bit longer, I have to go back and revise my statements because I was wrong on a few of them. So first I said that the Denon D5200s were on the neutral side. They are not. They actually have a bit of a bass push to them. It's not too much. Like the bass is not too bloated like the JVCs. I think the JVCs, the bass is just overpowering to me. And I mean, for people who like a really heavy, like V shape, right, the JVCs might be fine, but the JVCs just have too much bass for me. It's not really my taste. The Denons have a little bit of bass, a bit of a bass push, like more than any of these other headphones. I think compared to the Fostex Audio-Technica, the Focals definitely has more bass than those. Not as much as the JVC, but I think people who like bass will be satisfied with these. I think that at least the bass is done tastefully. It has clarity to it. I don't feel like the JVC's bass is as clear. So I think the bass is definitely more detailed on the Denons. And then yeah, the mid-range and the high mids, the treble, that's all fine on the Denons. It's nothing, it's nothing like really too detailed for me, but it's not bad either. It's definitely pretty good. So yeah, I think people who want a little bit of bass, fairly detailed bass, will be satisfied with the Denons. I think it's a fairly good sound signature for most people, I think. And yeah, the Fostex. Listening to it, it's neutral, but not as much as, I think the Focal Allegias are still a bit more neutral than the Fostex. But the Fostex are definitely fairly referenced, I would say. It's definitely more on the neutral side for sure. But yeah, I think the Allegias and the Audio-Technicas are both fairly neutral. So the Audio-Technicas, I said, was a very soft V, but it actually isn't. It's actually a little bit bass light, I would say. So yeah, I said it was a soft B, but actually this is fairly neutral. It's a fairly balanced pair of headphones, I would say. Maybe like if you guys listen to the sound test that's coming after this, you'll know what I mean. I think maybe the trebles might be pushed up. Like it might be sound a little bit harsh to some people, or fatiguing, some people might say. But I think it's fine. But you guys can listen to the sound test, tell me what you think. Some people might think that the highs on the Audio-Technica are a little bit too fatiguing or harsh. I think it's okay for me, at least when I listen to it, but it might come across that way on the sound comparison that's coming up. So yeah, that's basically my verdict on all these headphones. We can just go through it, what I think about them. First of all, the JVCs are probably my least favorite of the bunch. Like I said, it's a very defined V. It's a heavy V shape, so it's got the highs pushed up a lot, and it's got the bass pushed up a lot, and the bass is just too overpowering for me. So at least for my taste, right? So I'm not a fan of the JVCs at all. The Denons are still really good. Like I said, it's got a decent bass push, and the rest are, the mids and trebles are fine. It's not my favorite out of this group, but it's totally fine and will be fairly detailed for most people. So I think the Denons are a fairly solid pick for those who want something that sounds a little bit fun. But yeah, personally not my favorite out of this group. And then the Fostex, I would say these ones are fairly reference sounding, fairly neutral sounding. It's got like a little bit of a bass push, so it's not like completely neutral or anything, but that's fine. Like a lot of people probably wouldn't want completely neutral, honestly. So yeah, I think the Fostex are very nice for people who want a very balanced sound signature. And that can be compared with the Focal Allegias, because the Focal Allegias are also very balanced. It's hard actually. I think it's fairly close between the Focals and the Fostex. I think that they both have roughly a balanced neutral-ish sound signature, but they have the bass pushed up just a little bit to make it a little bit more fun and exciting. So I think these are really nice for like audiophiles, right? People call themselves true audiophiles when they, they want like a very referenced sound signature, which means like not a big difference in the different frequency responses. They want the frequency responses to be relatively, not flat, but fairly neutral, so that they can hear the music the way the artist intended, right? Without any sort of unnatural boost in any kind of frequencies. And I think for those people, the Fostex and the Focals are a very nice choice. They're very much so on the neutral side. and very detailed and clear as well. I would say I would give the edge to the Allegius actually in terms of the actual clarity of the sound compared to the Fostex, but the Fostex comes close. It's a nice pair of headphones too. And then the Audio-Technicas, which are, yeah, they're fairly portable, right? Like the JVCs and the Audio-Technicas are the most portable out of the bunch, and to me the Audio-Technicas are far superior than the JVCs because I like the sound signature and the clarity and the soundstage way better on the Audio-Technicas. Of course, they're more expensive too, but and also the appearance I like better as well. But yeah, the Audio-Technicas, on the neutral side, I would say this is to me a fairly balanced neutral pair of headphones. Impressive soundstage for the size and impressive clarity for what it is. So yeah, I mean these guys are all bigger, of course, but if I were to choose like the combination of sound quality and portability, the Audio-Technica might win out here. It's really impressive. And yeah, like it might come across as in the sound test or whatever, like when you hear it in the sound test, it might come across like the highs are a little bit too harsh or brittle. I personally don't think so, but it might come across like that. So that might be the only downside of the Audio-Technicas to me. Of course, these ones have even bigger soundstage and more comfortable, so that's another downside. But in terms of the actual sound signature, yeah, I think the highs might be a little bit too harsh for some people, but to me it's fine. So definitely the Audio-Technicas are very nice to me. So yeah, that's my verdict on all these headphones. And oh, by the way guys, I know that there's a lot of other wooden headphones out there, like the Meze 99 Classics or the Hi-Fi-Man Sundar closebacks, which just came out not that long ago. So I know there's other, you know, great headphones out there that have the wooden ear cups and stuff, but I just chose to focus on the Japanese ones, you know, just to kind of keep things kind of restrained. You know, I don't want to like go crazy and start buying everything out there. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this comparison, and stay tuned for the sound test and let me know what you guys think of it.